Hello, everyone. I'm joined here with Mark Harris, President of CNC Machine Services. Mark, first off, thank you a lot for having me over. You're welcome. Honestly, it's been fantastic and bringing all the visitors together. So I think what our audience is really excited to hear about is what's new and exciting in this industry.
There's a lot, but I can go through a couple of quick little things.
Yeah.
What's new and hot off the press basically is the new feature recognition software for actually programming the machines online. So it's pretty amazing. It actually finds the features from the solid and actually puts toolpath to it and puts the piece through it, and then we can simulate it if you can see on the machine whatever machine we're running. So we can actually hook up to these machines and run the same thing that's running on those machines on the simulator and test it, make sure nothing's going to crash or nothing's going to, and it will tell us that. And it does. Let's go at very quick, probably about maybe 2 minutes for a pretty complex part to actually go through all the features and actually program all the features.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. I've been looking for this for a long time. Well, it's been on the market. It's only been on the market probably for about months. So obviously they've been working on a long time. It's done a lot of other feature recognition software trying to get that for our customers. And this first thing really ties the machine to it. So there's no post processor worrying out. None of the it interfaces directly to the machine. So very good.
Yeah. Imagine they just tell themselves, really. Good once they get to work.
We had just had going in here. Wow, I mean, it's bubbly. They don't normally act like, but it's pretty cool.
No, we're just scratching the surface on it, but what applications and use cases do you see coming up here in the next half year, 18 months to knowledge them?
Our everything like
No.
stuff, so they can next really type tall. So we're actually with some of our horizontal machining centers now, we're holding plus or minus 3 microns in 40 million microns, which is pretty amazing. And so the machines are getting tighter and tighter. And I can't believe we can hold those columns with it. Obviously, it has to be temperature controlled and coolant has to be chilled and all these kind of things. But we're doing it. And then pretty amazing work happening. It's really hard to bring over animals of innovation from Japan and try to get it to us as quickly as I can. This doesn't travel very well.
No,
That's what my job is.
hey,
There,
are there any mega trends that you think you spoke about today? You're trying to bring that knowledge over. Mega trends out there. Are anything that the audience should be aware of?
What's automation? And that's maybe different form. It comes in forms of a politics system where you're automating horizontals. They come in form of on one machine, we put it's actually a 9-axis lathe where we put on a bar feeder and a gantry load. So we can actually load plugs or we can load balls. And then it's a 9-axis, so we can make anything we really want to. Live tooling, all the gigs. So that's one of our star machines for high production. And there again, automation with the robot, getting to be where it's very easy to program now, very easy to actually, the interface is the only tough part, and that's what we do, what we do it. But Mazak has made it very easy for us to do that. Automation comes already with the machine.
What advice would you give to businesses that maybe are learning about automation, but are just now getting their toe into, just losing their way in? What advice?
If you really got to look at it really hard and really look at the whole picture. There's a reason why robots have a bad name. People get them and think they're going to do all the work for them. That's not the case. You have to make sure that you're the one that's running it. Now we can do short runs now and it makes it so much better. You can program it so much easier now. Interface, we can move them from machine to machine. They're cobots, so you can work all around them. There's so many features now that really work well. So now is the time really to automate. Even if you have a 20-piece run, then you can have your guy to run. That machine's running the parts once it gets it set up. Then that guy has ownership. It's in the board. Love that ownership. You don't want to be a button. Well, they want the ownership. And you see, and they get the ownership of it, and then they divide, and then they make it work. Then that guy can go to the next machine, send it for you. This will run their content, right? So that's new. The horizontals and the palletized systems are the way to go if you do have a can. Set up a lot of jobs in it and then have them all coming up. Then you got a guy coming in on the weekends, loading and unloading blanks, parts, and you got running 24/7. We got machines that are running 24/7 on horizontals on cell systems and high RPM spindles, and they can run it for years without a problem.
Wow.
Very good, reliable, very good. Now we got the service on right now.
Yeah.
So we got good service in the area because it's us. So we're getting a lot of business. Very good.
Thank you. Here at Tech Odyssey, Austin, just share a little bit about yourself and how you joined CNC.
I have a degree in computer engineering and systems from University of Washington. And I have been in mechanical devices for quite a number of years. And this job is the perfect opportunity to more that space and to learn more about robotics and automation.
Awesome. That's a passion of yours.
Yes.
And I can tell.
Yes.
Awesome. But then share a bit about how Tampa was able to help you achieve and realize that passion.
Yes. I was very impressed with the building while took aboard the focus on free job. Great place to find a lot of jobs in this industry and end up with a situation which is really perfect for me.
Awesome. Let's move on to this right here. I've got a sweet tooth. Not here. This right here is going to serve it for you. Yeah. The fair bit about what we're looking at here. Yeah. So this is the fan collaborative robot. We had a number of great options here. Ice cream, make pops, sort of things. Make the selection for what we want. I'm going to choose ice cream. Yeah, good choice. With that, then tell it to whoa. Retrieve it up. Place it in the receptacle. Dispense the ice cream. You did all the programming for this? Well, yeah, it was a team effort between myself and Jay Johnson. And you worked hard to get this display ready for it. Awesome. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
I'm going to dig into here. Thank you. Going with Theo. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got here in front of us?
We got our new linear height gauge. 600. We've had this model for a while, but this is a brand new display for us. Been a game changer. Makes measuring very easy for the operator. A lot of times with these linear accuracy height gauges that have more functionality, it can be tough to navigate through the menu to get the measurements that you need. This guides you through. Pick this diameter right there. The probe inside. We're press that one right there.
Okay.
That's what's happening. It went down. It's ready for wait. Keep going up. I'll see it again.
Got
Nice. Feel pretty good about that.
and what precision can this get down?
I got all the zeros.
See a lot of zeros on them.
Yep, I'm all there. I can go down. But we are out to 0.1 micron. If I go over it,
That's amazing.
it's pretty amazing.
What type of customers typically would utilize the machine?
Aerospace company.
Yeah.
This will be going in their quality lab. You got lots of things they got to verify. Maybe they've been checking these with caliper or micrometer out on the shop floor all day. You want to bring a couple in to check how we're really doing. So if I go here, do a run out, fair where it's getting like the flat, verify all the measurements that they're taking out on the shop are good. We make sure that we're being okay. Quite a bit of run out on the part, but we didn't make one.
And again, the bit on what we're looking at.
Read out for this run out, the highest point that it found, lowest point, and that's the difference. I'm going to do another simple design for the now, right?
It's all real time.
So that's the distance from the granite to the center of the hole. Got our diameter right there. And this is the distance between the center of this hole and the feature that we measured last. We got everything. Here's the whole thing. Hand tools is what we're known for, micrometers and calipers. but we're still over here. There's one working that I'm representing. We do CMMs, camera-based measurement systems, profilometers, optical comparators, microscopes, hardness testers.
So you mentioned that this is a new display. And what kind of technology have you seen coming in to your tools?
We've always had the accuracy. We've always had the robustness. The beam quality's been there. We're trying to make it more accessible for our. We want everybody to be able to walk up and take the measurements if they need, and we don't want there to be a barrier.
That's wonderful.
I love accessibility and reducing the barriers for entry. How have you guys been doing that, opening doors to more customers to use this technology?
Tom's been doing it for a long time. You can get this with or without a buzzer. This was a game changer for the blind tuners because if you go in, measure their part, they don't need to read, you write anything down. You press this button, they're in it, right? Thing we did a long time ago, I think in the 80s or 70s. We're always looking to make our software easier to use and still keep the functionality because customers are doing complicated things. They're trying to date them, feature all over the place, doing 3D stuff. You need that capability. So how do you keep that capability and make it a little easier for the newer operator?
And that's wonderful.
We're always trying to do it.
That's great. Thank you.
So
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're looking at?
So Walter is the German cutting tool company. Full line of tooling, everything from end mills to drills, turning tool. We're probably best known for our drill. And that's typically what I would lead with going into a customer. But some of the newer developments in Walter, we've worked milling, cutting tool. So we're very excited to have an expanded offering of end mills for every material imaginable. Similar offering for turning, you can do it all as far as turning and drilling. So that's probably what I'm most excited about right now is our end mills. And then what any cutting tool salesman really wants to sell is our indexable tools. As you can see, this tool is just completely loaded with insert. Very good tool for aggressive machining and gaining, but that's about it. It's been 6 months. I've been doing this. I've been probably 20 years in a machine.
Oh, yeah.
And I started selling years ago. Been really excited to have an opportunity to come work officer because of their.
Now, we saw the machine cutting over here at CNC, the CNC machine with Mazak machine and
Alter tool.
yeah. And it was cutting some pretty tough metal. It was doing some pretty intricate work.
Yeah.
And so what can you tell us about the tool that was doing that cutting?
It's actually our 51 face mill.
Oh, okay.
This is an update we've made from an older dial mill.
Oh,
We actually changed the angle that insert is held in that bucket. And what that does is allow us to more carbide behind the cutting edge. So it's a much more durable.
wow.
So if you saw and heard,
It was impressive.
yeah, and then very real. And then with more durable, we'll say that it's 20%. We're seeing 20%.
Wow.
In cool life just because of the geometry.
So it pays to stay up to date on tooling.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. See, that's because of the guy.
Yeah. Hey, thank you very much, Ryan.
Yeah. Very nice meeting you, gentlemen. And for stopping by our booth.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm joined with Tony Kirill. Nice to meet you as well. He's with WTO. Why don't you share a bit from how way to know what the WTO is and what the
We are a static and driven tool holder company for lathe and turning centers, Swiss type machines, things like that. So we have some driven tool holders here. These are my standard line where we have quick change capability. So you go from using your little wrench there to secure your spindle, go from ER collets to my quick change.
like that.
Just like that. Now you've got a shell mill arbor. Now you want to go to a side block holder, and now you've got a side block holder. So it gives you some modularity without making the investment of some of the quick change systems that are out there, which are great systems. They're expensive. Doesn't make sense for everybody to make that kind of investment. So this is the good middle of the road for you.
There's some good applications for this.
Mill on a lathe in a turning center. So mill turns right now, it's about knocking out part in one job or in one machine rather than jumping from machine to machine, the mill to the lathe, back, whatever, or to the broaching machine or to the gear hog machine. So we offer a broaching unit, we offer a gear hog, power styling, variety of stuff so that you do as much as you can with your current lathe machine. Optimizing your joints, multiple holders. If you've got one station that can put 4 tools already, it's about maximizing that space, increasing uptime, increasing downtime, and being able to knock stuff out in one application.
Wow. Great.
And there's and left handling.
That's right. Absolutely.
So what was this tool you were mentioning over here?
Broaching right here.
I've heard a lot of information.
Yeah,
More about that.
I love the broaching unit because it's bulletproof. It's literally one of the best in the business, probably the best in the business. Okay, because it's enclosed, so you don't have anything open where chips or debris will get in there and go up that whole situation. What this does is the same mechanism that powers your live tool. There's a tang in here, and this reciprocates in and out. So it can create broach features such as keyways, splines on the OD or the ID, depending on how you orient the little cutting tool here. So it's really nice because it dips out of the cut. I was giving you an example here where we go in and 1 degree draw. Not just doing this motion, dragging across the cut. When you flip it over and do OD, you follow and does this. It's a really awesome technology in the sense that you can do splines without investing in the option on the machine. Because if you want to run a gear hog or a power timer, you need the option to synchronize the spinning, which can get very expensive. But if you have the work for it, it'll pay for itself. Right. But if you only have a few oddball, I need to do it here, I maybe need to do one here, this is a multi-use tool that can do them. You don't need the option.
Yeah. Multi-use, reducing the footprint, minimizing the handling. Where do you see this industry going in the next, let's say, 5 to 15 years?
That's a loaded question. There's a lot of like new additive type machines. We'll go, oh, machine is going to go away, but when the additive machines aren't there yet, they can make a solid, but as far as main features and things like that, you still need a machine and clean up some of the things, like forgings and things like that. There's still some stuff you need to do. So machining is still going strong. I've been in this industry now my entire life. I do it for my dad's show, and I was a programmer for 10 years before I got it. I've been in sales now 14 years, and I've sold everything from cutting tools, driven tools, accessories, bar feeders, things. And we're strong. We still need parts. We still aerospace, defense, satellites, firearms, every industry is strong. And even those that are maybe a little leveled off right now, we're still seeing right into the tunnel and go. Still seeing stuff to go. Now,
If you're planning to, County, you really appreciate your time.
Yeah. Thank you.